The Paranormal Room.
The Paranormal Room.
Have you ever encountered something you couldn't explain?
Ghosts, were they strangers or were they family?
Cryptids, alien encounters.
Strange animal encounters, child spirits.
Whatever your experience, we want to hear about it.
Email your story to WLTK-DB Paranormal at gmail.com for your chance to share your story on the show. Again, that's WLTK-DB Paranormal at gmail.com.
We're waiting for your story.
Hey, Logan, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're here in the Paranormal Room. I'm Christina Bloom. This is Logan Jacobson, and we are co-hosts, and we are broadcasting on WLTK-DB.com. Welcome, everyone. No, Lee, I can no longer tell it to you. You're going to have to go back into StreamYard and fix it again. She was having some troubles on the last show. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So what have we been, you know what? We have RezNeck today. And
We do.
yeah, and he and I have been chatting a lot. This dude's a trip. We're going to have a lot of fun. I can see his pic there laughing. So we're going to have a good time. We've been just like sharing different shows and stuff back and forth, and it's been a good time. Like, hey, have you seen this? Hey, have you seen that? Nope. Okay, well, we're going to switch. We still haven't had the conversation about it, but maybe we'll talk about it tonight. Who knows? But I want to know what this guy is up to. But first, I want to know, what are you up to, Logan?
Well, for those of you who follow my channel on YouTube, Turtle Island Gaming.
Uh-oh, we lost Logan. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm up to then. And then he can come back and tell you what he's up to. Hi, Nikki. Logan will be right back. He's having computer issues, but, you know, it's the way it goes. He just disappeared. He'll be back, Mike. There he is.
Okay. Wow. That was weird.
We're like, hey, where'd Logan go?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Nikki. So as I was saying,
yeah,
I haven't really been putting out too much content lately, as those of you who follow my YouTube channel, Turtle Island Gaming, will know. Mainly because during the holiday season, both of my editors have been off and doing their holiday thing. One of my editors has recently started going to school again, so that's going to step into various things. But rest assured, I am putting out content. I am at least trying. It's just I haven't edited a video in so long.
Yeah, you're supposed to be editing my video, remember? Or my audio.
The audio. I totally forgot about that. Do you see what I mean? Things just slip by me.
I totally get it. It's been happening to me too. Hi, Ward. Hello. Is this only about haunting, or can I share a story paranormal that has to do with astral traveling to a place and other beings? Feel free and share your story. We're still doing our introductions, Ward, but we will be getting to announcements or to comments and stories. So it's not just about hauntings. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We've talked about anomalies and cryptids and all kinds of stuff we've talked about. So yeah, feel free, share your story.
And honestly, today doesn't really seem to have much of a subject.
Well, we have RezNeck. He's our subject.
Right, but we have RezNeck as a guest, but I don't know if I'd call him a subject. We're not running tests on him or telling stories about him. He's telling stories about himself.
He's not supposed to know. Running tests on him.
You're right. I've ruined the experiment. My bad. Run!
All right. So the other question I wanted to ask you, Logan, was how did it go last week when I couldn't watch because it made me nauseous?
It went pretty well. You know, I still haven't gone through the footage and compiled my highlights, but I feel it went pretty well, and we might just do another one when we have more people to join in on the ghost hunt.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, for those of you who didn't tune in last week,
It was a lot of
Logan
fun.
and his friend Amy Lynn were playing
Phasmophobia.
I got it. Phasmophobia on VR, and you could you're her mini. Oh, your mom. Okay, never mind. I got to stop reading the comments when they're talking to each other. So, anywho, yeah. So I tried to watch, but like that's the movement started even just to read the directions. I was out. I couldn't do it. Like I started getting motion sick right away, so I had to climb up. But Todd said you guys did a really good job. He went through and watched it the next day, and he was.
Oh well, thank you, Todd.
Yeah, he said you did a really good job on that. So, and that Mike did a good job too on producing, because that was his first time producing the Paranormal Room, and we kind of threw him to the wolves. So, but he did well. So that was good. I am going to run through my list of, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing all this stuff. Let's see, where's my paper here? There it is. Like, seriously, you guys, like, this is my messy paper here. Like, this is what I'm reading notes. This is what I'm reading notes off of. So on the last show, I got all of my dates mixed up, and I will endeavor not to do that this time. Okay. So, what are you looking at me like that for?
You know what? I have said that myself, and I've yet to peep to that. So we will see.
All right. So try to go in chronological order. It might not work again. I don't know. We'll see. So this Thursday and every Thursday, by the way, if you have the Clubhouse app on your phone, Clubhouse app, it is a place where people can go and have conversations, it's all voice. There's no video, but it's like a conference call, and we have different topics that we talk about every week, and then it gets turned into a podcast. So anybody who wants to come in and join the conversation can come in and join the conversation, and you will be part of the podcast. But we tell you ahead of time that we're recording, and
right.
So that nobody's like, I did not agree to that. You have to agree to that to be in the room and part of the recording. So this week's topic, though, is expectations. And it's a live conversation, gets turned into a podcast, but it's at 10 a.m. Central. So whatever time zone you're in, you figure it out, because I'm going to do it wrong. So I'm not going to even try. Yeah. All right. On the 20th. So that was on the 19th. On the 20th, also at 10 a.m., I will be one of the first guests. We have a panel, or they have a panel, actually, on the Soul and Synergy radio show right here on WLTK-DB. And we are going to be having, I think, a lot of fun, because that's with Terry. I was gonna screw around their last names. Terry Flick and Danny Loosemore are your hosts. So if you know Terry and Danny, it's going to be a blast, because
I see why you didn't switch the letters.
Yeah, I almost put Danny's last name on Terry's first name and vice versa. I didn't. Anyway, they're still trying to figure out which one's soul and which one's synergy. So we'll go from there. All right. Then on the 21st, I will be in Plover, Wisconsin at the Artist and Fair Atrium. It's a Woods Health and Wellness Expo. So I will be there all day. And let me see. After that, okay, here's the other thing. And I hope that more people are listening to this. On the 26th, I'm going to be doing a class on Zoom. The thing is, I need a topic. What do you all want to learn about? I teach like 30 different classes. I was going to teach a dragon class, but it just wasn't clicking. Like I just wasn't resonating with it. It wasn't coming. And I've done dragon classes before, but this one just wasn't, I don't know, just wasn't working. So I'm going to go with where I'm being guided, and I'm putting it out there. What do you want to learn? What do you want to talk about? So that's on the 26th. On the 29th, I will be at the Best Western Conference Center in Eau Claire at the Soul and Synergy Fair, because these guys are all over the place. And they were my guests, I think, think it was last week. They were my guest too. So I can't even remember how many times I said soul and synergy that day. But anyway, I will be doing the gallery reading, and it's either at 1 or 2 o'clock. I'd have to look that up. And then on February 5th, all right, Gem Goddess Emporium, Plattsburgh, New York. I will be doing a gallery reading, a psychic gallery reading with another reader, Anna of Abundance, and that will be at noon Eastern time. And afterwards, we will both be available for private readings. So we will be doing a gallery together and then private readings afterwards. So that is my entire list of announcements. Because, you know,
right,
I'm not really doing much of anything the next few weeks. So.
Well, you know that it does happen like that sometimes. Sometimes we just don't have as much going as other times.
Right, exactly. You know, it's only every weekend, so and then add Thursdays and Mondays and, you know, whatever. So Ward, I saw that you put up your story, and we are going to get to that. But I think first, do we want to bring Rez out first and introduce him?
I think we should. He is our guest of honor.
And he's been patiently waiting on Indian time, so.
Well, good evening.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Good. So we've been talking about a lot of stuff, but what we didn't talk about is what we're going to talk about tonight.
Right.
So introduce yourself, RezNeck. Tell us about yourself.
RezNeck, I'm an ink therapist, paranormal investigator, cryptid investigator. I'm pretty much down to go check out anything supernatural. Native American, father of 4 biological, and altogether I think I got 7 kids and 5 grandkids. So I got my own little tribe now.
Wow. I have 2 kids and 1 grandkid, and it's overwhelming. I don't know how you do it.
Send them home with their parents.
Yeah.
Woo, not me.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, Logan actually is my son. So
I am. I'm the eldest, and I'm still not the one with the kid, and I'm happy about that.
There you go.
Smart
Or a
man.
baseball team. Wow. So you also belong to the it's on your shirt, but I can't read it, and I totally spaced it. So
CAPS, Cryptids Anomaly Paranormal Society. We're out of Wisconsin, based right out of the Appleton area. I came through, joined the team through their academy program. Basically what that was is those of us that weren't already full-time investigators come in, learn how to use the equipment, learn how to tell different things, and you learn from there. But I came with the background of the paranormal from the life I grew up with.
cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. So how many, I mean, do you do a lot of investigations, or, I mean, are they frequent, or?
It comes and goes. Pretty much anytime I get a phone call or a message that there's an investigation coming up, I'm always willing to go and check it out, see what's there. It doesn't have to be just paranormal. Like I mentioned, there's cryptid investigations we go on. So, and there will be more content of the investigations I've been part of coming to YouTube shortly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where can people find those?
Right on our channel. It's Wisconsin Caps on YouTube, or they can go right to our website, wisconsincaps.com, and there's links for everything that we got going on there. Everything from our gear, our swag, you know, different events that we got coming up. You know, if they want to leave an experience they've had, or if they're having problems, they can reach out to us. And if we can't make it to them, we'll find someone that can.
That sounds great.
That does sound great. I was going to ask you about something specific. Bigfoot.
Yep.
Bigfoot. Did you watch that episode again?
I did.
And what did you think?
A lot of interesting facts. Me personally, I believe he's flesh and blood, but I think he's also able to travel in between the different dimensions. You know, because 1 minute he's there, 1 minute he's gone. You know, So yeah, I got a lot of different beliefs than your average cryptid hunter, as they call it, I guess.
Okay. And the episode that we're talking about, by the way, is Ancient Aliens. They did an episode on Is Bigfoot an Alien? And so it was at season 4, episode 7, I think. And I
Yep.
only know that because I had to look it up to send it to Rez. So season 4, episode 7. But it is an interesting episode, and they do bring up some very interesting points on that.
I have a bit of a nerdy point to add to this subject, actually.
Awesome. Bring on the nerddom.
There's a comic where the Millennium Falcon crashes on a planet during its early stages of development. And Chewbacca, as Wookiees live a very long time, ends up sticking around through the evolution of man, and he's still there when people are settling North America, and people just call him, "Oh, that's Sasquatch."
Hey, could have happened. You know, back in the early tribal days, and when it was just Native Americans here on this continent. You know, he goes back to all the way back to our legends and lores from way back then.
Oh, absolutely, he does.
What I find really particularly funny about the Chewbacca Sasquatch comic, guess who finds the Millennium Falcon? Indiana Jones.
Was he being led by a crystal skull?
No, I just think it's funny that Harrison Ford played both Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm reading Ward's post here, and
well, I want to know.
Yeah, it kind of fits into what we're talking about. And Logan, everyone is always requesting your voice. So,
no, okay.
Here you go. I put it up on the screen.
I'm in the spacecraft. My soul is there. For me, it's feeling real because I can hear the beings talk. I can feel them trying to heal parts of me. They tell me I am blue, but I need to go to another color. The beings tell me that they cannot figure out how to change it, but that it's very important. That is why they are helping me, because I cannot do it myself. You know, I can relate to that. I have difficulty changing my color to something that isn't found in a napkin factory.
Right. But no, I want to take this seriously though, because he was serious in posting this. And
no, absolutely. But
yeah.
I always have to bring a flavor of humor to everything I do.
Yes, you do. You are the comic relief here.
That's part of being a character.
It is.
Truly is.
It truly is. Yeah. I can kind of relate. Blue, when they tell me you're blue, the first thing that pops into my head is Pleiadian, because I channel the Pleiadians and they're kind of the blue-green spectrum color-wise. So, but that you need to go to another color. I'm finding that interesting because I'm still sticking with the Pleiadian theme here. And you didn't ask me to dissect your dream. I'm just doing it. So, but what I'm getting is like, if you're going to go to Earth and you're going to be there on Earth helping people, you can't let them know who you are. So you have to change your color.
We have been known to be a bit contentious about the whole skin tone thing.
Yeah. He said over here, yes, I am. Let's see. I'll just bring this one up. There we go. We'll just switch it out. Yes, I am sea blue and supposed to be teal. Okay. Interesting. There's not a whole lot of difference in those two colors, in my opinion, but wow, that's interesting.
Well, enough for them to have two different names. That's
true. That's true. Oh, what are you guys getting from this dream? What do you?
Sounds like me needs to raise his vibration some. He was a little out of sync. You know,
sounds to me like you need more oxygen.
That was my first thought, but I was trying not to be a wise ass here. I was trying to be serious.
Well, it's my job to be the wise ass here, so.
Yeah. Great. I will keep my comments to myself on that. So, we'll talk about that later when it doesn't sound racist, because we wouldn't be on the air. Anyway, so this is what happens when you get a room full of natives together and then try to do a show.
Rice there.
So, and Ward, thank you for bringing that to us. I think that was I think that was an important dream, and I don't know why, but I feel it feels important to me, and it feels like an important message to you. And yeah, I think that it could be partly out of sync when you can't quite get to the color that they tell you you're supposed to be, or maybe they are just telling you to be something and you don't want to be something.
It would certainly feel significant. If I were to have that dream, I'd be like, okay, what things in my life am I ignoring?
Oh,
like
that's good.
what things in my life and in my spiritual and physical self am I not giving it enough or the proper attention?
Okay. Somebody said sun needs more yellow.
Well, then you'd be green.
Yeah, well, teal is kind of a green.
I suppose, but yeah.
Interesting. Vulcan did that too, but I think that was referring to something up here. I don't know. I wasn't keeping up with the comments. I'm sorry, everyone. I wasn't keeping up with the comments. Normally that's my job, but I'm not doing it very well. I'm sorry. So anyway,
pay attention.
We have someone here who, is like a ghost hunter and a cryptid hunter. Does anybody have any questions for Rez? Because I don't know. We have a lot of fun in conversation, but now we're like sitting here going, oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about one of your, either with CAPS or before you join CAPS, like a paranormal investigation that really stands out for you.
Well, one of the ones since CAPS, a lot of it I really can't talk about this time because it hasn't aired yet.
Right.
So I can't give any spoilers. But far as over the years, I've worked in plenty of places that had spirits in them. A couple of times where I worked with the car lot there because my brother used to own a car lot, and I pretty much ran it for him. That there was entities there that you set something down, go right back to it, and it's be gone. You go looking for it, 20 minutes later, it's back to where it was. Tricksters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I live with those entities.
I think you do.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like they're bound to me some way.
Well,
the little people have been following you around your whole life, buddy.
They say our spirit guides are a lot like us. So with you being a character and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that could be right along them lines.
That would make sense.
So Law says Chewbacca staying on Earth like Vulcans. That she came back to that. Thank you for clarifying that.
So
because
Chewbacca spawning the legends of Sasquatch, much like the Vulcans spawning the legends of elves. Okay.
All right. And then Robin said she's had that happen recently where she moves stuff or she goes looking for something, it's gone, it comes back, like you were just explaining. And then Law says, do you have protection practicing? You know what? We're just going to pop it up here. Law is the name she's going by. It's her initials. So do you have protection practicing? Had anything ever followed you home?
Usually when I show up at a location, I let them all know I'm here to interact with you, to observe, to document. But when it's time for me to go, they got to stay. I did have one follow me home last year. It was a little child ghost, and you notice it, glimpses here and there throughout the house, and eventually I had to say, hey, it's time for you to go. Pass on, go back to where you're from. I left it up to them where they wanted to go, but I also let them know that if they don't go, I'm going to evict you anyways, because I work a lot with sage. Mm-hmm. So if I smudge my house, if you ain't part of the family or of God the Creator, you ain't staying. If I evict you, you're gone.
Right. Right. And do you have a way specifically that you do that, or is it just kind of on a by case?
It's pretty much by case. I do have a little bit of a mantra that I use, a prayer, but it's just something that has come to me over the years that I've learned to work with. And it's really, if anyone out there is going to go ahead and do that, you have to believe in what you're doing. The intent has to be there. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I agree. And one of the things that I do when, I rarely get followed home anymore. It happened a lot before I knew what I was doing. But if it does happen, it's like, I'm just going to get someone to come and take you to the light. So you make a choice or I will.
Right.
And they usually choose, an angel or a grandparent or whatever, depending on the age of the spirit when they passed, the age that they were when they passed. So, yeah, I totally get that. So a child spirit followed you home.
Yep. From
an
investigation.
Much less
Okay.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. A child followed you home.
Yeah.
Child spirit. Let's be clear. Child
Yes,
spirit
yes.
followed him home.
I sat down with a medium at one of the conventions I went to that year, and she noticed it, and she goes, I see them looking at you like a big teddy bear. You're big and cuddly. They know you'll protect them, and that you're only fierce when you have to be. And I honestly think that's why they kind of latched on to me, because they were scared where they were.
Yeah.
They didn't like where they were at.
Naturally.
Yeah. Kids will go where they feel safe, whether they're in a body or out of a body.
Exactly.
Happen. Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had anything try to attach to you that was less than friendly? Let's just go that way with it.
No, not really. I have been jumped by spirit before.
Okay.
I had a neighbor that passed away, and I didn't know at the time he had passed away, and I'm sitting there watching TV, and next thing I know, I felt like I was being dunked in Lake Michigan in the middle of January. And I screamed out, "Get the F off me." And all of a sudden, back to normal temperature. And I happened to look out the window next door, and here's the whole family out there crying and stuff like that. And here to find out that he had just passed away.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's just one of the experiences of, them coming up and trying to, see what's going on. And I've always taken it as that, I vibrate at a little bit of a higher frequency than most.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I'm a brighter light to them. So I attract them.
Yeah, I do too. I totally feel that.
When it comes to the dark stuff, though, they usually go the other way when I come in. I've noticed that over the years, going into some houses and stuff like that. You feel something's there, and it's like you're chasing it from room to room because you're looking, well, what the hell's going on here? What am I feeling? And and I actually asked a demonologist one time, like, well, this is the exact opposite of what you're saying, that goes on when someone's going through issues, and I go, what's your take on it? And they go, they're scared of you, bud. Plain and simple. They know you have the power and the means to make them leave. So keep doing what you're doing.
I am so glad to hear you say that, because I've had the same experience, and I've had people tell me, well, that can't be. It couldn't have been that, because it wouldn't have run away from you. And I'm like, they don't come near me. I am well protected. They don't come near me. And so I have the similar thing. It's like I'm trying to get a read on them, and they're a room ahead of me the whole time.
Yeah.
They don't like my light, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Law said let me just, I just found out I have this awesome ability, so we're going to do this. I had something follow me home from the Waupun Cemetery, but once I realized it was there, it left because I would not let it in. Awesome.
Good job.
Good job. Yeah.
That's the kind of awareness you need to have with those kind of things. But we will get back to that shortly here. We have an ad break coming up, but we will be right back.
Awesome.
heard a girl scream down here.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm listening.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Paranormal Room. I am here with my co-host, Logan Jacobson, and our very special guest, RezNeck. And we are talking about paranormal investigations and, you know, all the stuff that goes bump in the night and all that fun stuff. So if you have any questions for RezNeck, go ahead and put it in the chat. He and I are both paranormal investigators. We just belong to different groups. So he's in CAPS and I'm in APS. So there we go.
All right.
And Logan, are you a member of APS yet?
I have. I'm sorry. I've been slacking pretty heavily on that application. I have it printed out because I can't fill out the PDF. But it is a work in progress. It is happening, but I have not completed the form yet.
Okay, well, I'm going out there in a few weeks, so, you know, I can hand deliver it if you want me to.
That would probably be the most reliable method, honestly.
Yeah, and send me a plain black t-shirt, too, so we can get you a team t-shirt.
Yes.
All right, Robin. I had a spirit in my car once, and she corrected it. That's why I know it's car and not cat. I had a spirit in my car once leaving a funeral graveside. I had to tell him to go back where he belonged. Then it felt good again. Okay. Was it the person from the grave? I'm just a little curious. Whenever I have a spirit in my car, it's my stepfather. And I know he's there because my car fills with the smell of Windsor whiskey. Gross.
Yeah. No.
I'll pass on that.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't visit often, thank goodness. Hasn't in years now, but he used to. And
could have at least had a standard in drink.
She said it was just someone she didn't know. Well, at least they left when you asked them to.
You know,
Yeah.
I've noticed that's a common thread when it comes to Legends of the Undead.
What's that?
Consent.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of vampires needing permission to enter a code, or, you know, or saying like, "Hey, you're not welcome here. Leave."
Right. You can't be here. This isn't where you belong. Whatever. Yeah.
That seems to be a very common thing among legends of, you know, spirits or other undead of any kind.
Right. Zombies, unfortunately, don't listen quite that well.
No, zombies, ghouls, no, they don't listen too much. They listen to their stomach. That's about it.
Yeah. Facebook user said that was a polite spirit. It is a polite spirit, and sometimes they hang on, and sometimes not. The polite ones tend not to hang on. It's the ones that are not polite that tend to
Right.
hang on. And yeah, wow.
But I've noticed
Interesting
that.
stuff.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said interesting. Go ahead.
It also seems that that politeness has to do with how much awareness the entity has. The less awareness, the less polite.
Right. That makes sense.
You know, if it's been there for so long that it's lost all sense of self and is just raw emotion, it's not likely to listen to anybody.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. So, Rez, tell us about the different kinds of spirits that you have had contact with.
Basically, pretty much a little bit of everything over the years. I've had some residual stuff that I've picked up on different investigations, some intelligent, some, like I said, are scared to interact with me even. It's really odd. Growing up in different houses that, had paranormal activity, I've seen a lot, which really got me wanting to join the CAPS team when I decided it was time to step out and do something about contributing to our field of the paranormal.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
And you found CAPS through the academy, which is pretty cool. I didn't even know they had an academy till I looked up the website.
yep.
But
Yeah,
I
I'd
didn't know there was an academy.
Yep. Yeah, I'd known Barnaby and them guys for years. I'd worked for Barnaby years ago through Misery Haunted House. So I was a scare actor. And when it was time to step out, I figured if I'm going to step out and start doing something like this on a professional scale, then I had to be with a team of people I know I can trust.
Right.
Makes sense.
Which is why I went with apps, because we interviewed each other. And let's see. Nikki wants to know, why do you think spirits are scared to interact with you? And you said it's your high vibration that they're...
I think that's what it is in all reality. A lot has to do with the vibrations we put off, the energy that we have, and it's not all spirits are scared. It's just, there's some that, where people say, well, negativity is here. Well, sometimes I feel it and sometimes I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it the same way, like that some living people are repulsed by me. It's just some people are your flavor, some aren't.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You like attracts like. So
Exactly.
if you're positive, and like you and me, we're both wise asses here, and that's what we're gonna get.
It's genetic.
It happens.
It's genetic.
It's like I was doing some reading here at work the other night, and I was going through some material a friend of mine gave me, and I said something to my spirit guides like, hey, we need to work on this, and I literally had a pat on the top of my head. What the hell are you going to be patting me for? I'm a 45-year-old man. Come on now.
Because to spirit guides, you're two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm 45. Oh, that's cute.
Right.
Right. Exactly. There are sometimes, like, I don't know about you, but there are sometimes like my spirit guides will be like, we're having a team meeting. That's it. We're going to sit down
wait
and
outside. We're having a team meeting.
And, so I go into meditation and I find myself inside of a long lodge or a sweat lodge or something. And they're all there sitting around the circle. And whoever called the meeting, even if I call the meeting, then I'm in charge. If someone else calls the meeting, they're in charge. But literally, it is so real to me. Like when I work with my spirit guides, it is so real to me. And they switch out a lot. Not a lot.
I haven't gotten that lucky yet. I'm still trying to work with mine and get that good connection with them.
Okay.
So they come and go. I know they're always with me, but they don't always show themselves or aren't always letting me know they're there.
Yeah, because they're standing there with their arms crossed, tapping their toes, going, is he going to remember to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Ask properly.
Right. Ask properly. Not yelling at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin says it's probably because you're very strong. And Nikki said, that makes sense. I think I missed some stuff. My internet is being super laggy right now. Oh, well, welcome to Mercury retrograde. So someone else, I know I've been having computer and phone issues left and right. So someone else says, Lee Law asked, have you ever had a Bigfoot encounter?
No, I haven't. I'm looking forward to it. I actually have put that intention out there that I would like to have a face-to-face encounter with one. I know what I'd do if I do, and well, hopefully someday I will.
Walk up and introduce yourself, I assume.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Show them that I'm there in peace and that I'd like to interact with them and see where it goes from there.
I love it. So have you had a non-terrestrial encounter?
Nope.
Extraterrestrial? Nope.
Nope.
Ever Not
Yeah.
even seen one?
I haven't seen one. Actually, drove through New Mexico in the dead of night. The family sleeping in the truck, watching the skies during a lightning storm. Going, come on, guys, where are you?
I'm
Come
right
on.
here.
I want to see you.
Sitting out there like, yeah, no, trying to hitchhike here. Come on.
Here you go.
Take me to the mothership. Let's check it out.
You know, I've been waiting for that mothership my whole life. Been waiting since I was a little kid.
You know?
They have not showed up. But I have seen UFOs, though. I saw one over Lake Superior a few years ago. It was, the triangle kind that just kind of slowly turns and then gone.
Yeah.
Silently gone. But yeah, I saw that when I was Yooper hunting.
Nice.
Yooper light hunting, not you.
Yooper hunting. That's a very
Yooper.
different activity there.
I was on the beach with a black light looking for rocks. That's what I was doing.
Okay, yeah, you weren't crawling the roadways of Upper Michigan looking for people.
No.
She's out there with a black light. What was she on?
They glow orange when the black light hits them. They're Yooper
Mhm.
light.
Yeah, so do people in hunting camo.
All right, you two. This was a bad idea, putting you two together.
Hey, you contacted me, my dear.
Yeah. Technically, he did from my email, but yes.
Yeah.
At your behest.
You did what?
And I did so at your request.
You did. That's true. Yep. Yeah.
Just wait till we get together in person sometime.
Right.
Oh, we got some Paracons coming up. So
I'm hoping to make some this year.
yeah. If it's tourist season, I can't shoot them.
It's tourist season, why can't we shoot them?
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm totally losing it right here on
Because
the air.
you can't get tourist tags from the DNR. That's why.
That's why.
Just remember, no hunting off of bait piles.
Right.
Can't leave Skittles and beer out there.
Okay, we'll leave like a pile of bug spray and suntan lotion.
Oh my god. We'll leave a boat and a cooler out there.
That might work.
You leave it in the middle of a lake. So that way, no matter who's hiding on the perimeter, you've all got a clean shot.
Yeah.
All right, we need to change the subject.
You're right. None of this is advertiser friendly.
No,
No.
none of this is advertiser friendly. No.
Has nothing to do with the paranormal at this moment. We have gotten off the rails.
Something that does have to do with the paranormal, I found a hilarious sketch where someone's like, "Oh, when you're native and biracial and call on the wrong ancestors," and this Viking shows up out of nowhere, it's like, "Ah, yes, come."
Those would be our ancestors. Being biracial, those would definitely be our ancestors.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, I've called on Thor more than once, and he shows up with his hammer when needed. So
You just hear the theme from Vikings come over the top of everything.
Torches lit.
Yes.
well,
Torch is
technically,
lit, axe is
that's-
ready.
Technically, the pagan gods are paranormal. So yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah.
Anytime one of my friends pulls off something ridiculous, I always look at them and say, Loki has smiled on your bullshit.
Okay, guys, since we've already gone off the rails, there's another comment.
Okay. In Florida, use early bird coupon. I mean, don't you think hunting something that's about to keel over is kind of redundant anyways?
It's seasoned meat.
It's seasoned meat. It's
Oh my God, you're
tenderized
gonna
is
get
what I
so
think
much
you
trouble.
said. What I think you mean.
Back to the paranormal. In so much trouble here. Oh my gosh.
I don't know why you thought this was a good idea. This is a great idea.
Yeah, because everyone wants to listen to a podcast where he's just laughing and can't speak.
I'm sorry. How many have you listened to many podcasts? That's what half of them devolve into.
Right. Hey, we got to have a good time.
That's right.
Right. If we're not having a
Absolutely.
good time, the audience won't have a good time, and they won't listen. And they're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my gosh, you guys are just way too funny. I'm trying to think of legitimate questions here. We can just keep derailing because I made an error in speech. Robin says, we're laughing with you. That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you might not want to encourage us.
Do it. Do it.
I dare you.
Do it.
Oh my goodness. Nikki's dying. Well, at least she's not dying from COVID like she was a few weeks ago. So that's
This
good.
is true. Dying of laughter is much better, though you can't breathe either way.
Right? Hey, at least she's going out with a smile on her face.
That's right. And tears in her eyes. Like
You know, some people think that's more gruesome. There's actually an Inuit cryptid that tickles you to death and leaves your frozen corpse sitting there going,
You know, I've heard about that on one of the other shows I'd listened to a while back. So yeah, it's that in the Philippines or something like that.
It's actually a northern Alaskan Inuit legend.
Okay.
Really? Somebody's a bad influence. Yes. So Nikki says, oh my God, yes. So glad to be well again. I know she was really sick.
Nikki. It's some rough stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, she was really Nikki, by the way, in case you don't know, Rez, is my part-time co-host.
Okay.
So she wasn't able to even show up to listen. She was so sick. So yeah, she's my co-host on Be the Change.
Okay.
And we've had her on here too, I think.
We
had her on here one time too. Yeah. So she's always fun and funny and witty, and we just love having her on the shows. So I'm trying to think of paranormal, like legitimate paranormal questions, and I've been derailed so many times. My brain is just like, nope.
I've got a question.
Sure.
What is the strangest native-based cryptid you've ever heard of?
God, there's so many different ones out there.
There really are, and so many of them are just so strange.
Yeah, they all are basically. Oh man. Now you put me on a spot because my brain is going a blank. See what you get me laughing here, and now you want me to think.
You fall into my devious trap.
I see that. Basically the ones that get me the most are really the skinwalkers.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to bring up with skinwalkers.
Because you don't know, you can't tell for sure what they are. For all you know, they could be looking like grandma when they walk up to you.
Some of them have.
Yeah, we got to watch some shapeshifters.
Just saying.
Oh, sorry, grandma. But no, skinwalker is a good answer. Yeah, because a lot of people overlook that. And is the legend of the skinwalkers, no matter what tribe you're looking at, is never great.
No.
It's almost always traumatizing.
Yup.
Yeah. Wendigos, that's the word I was trying to think of, and I was coming up with a different word for it from a different tribe, but Wendigo.
Yeah, another very unpleasant story.
Yeah.
The Wendigo legend has reached remarkably far and wide, and has made its way into a lot of pop culture stuff as well.
It has. I've seen actually, like, on different shows them talking about that, and different podcasts. Just out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow, all of a sudden this is like mainstream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a Wendigo in Supernatural as well, which was like a huge television series.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think personally the most remarkable appearance of that lore set in like entertainment medium was, I don't know if anyone's heard of the SCP Foundation, but it's a fictional organization like the Men in Black, except they deal with everything weird, whether it's magical, whether it's spiritual, whether it's alien based, whatever. The whole thing is secure, contain, protect. And one of the items they have is a Wendigo skull that likes to influence the minds of people near it.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I just watched a movie not that long ago. What was it? Antlers. That kind of took that.
Antlers, yes, that very much has Wendigo vibes.
Yep. I kind of took that legend and kind of a little bit of a twist on it, but man, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was well made.
I have not watched it. I have nothing to add to that one, but
It's
Law said Grimm. I don't know if you've
it's-
seen the show Grimm.
Nope, haven't.
Grimm was definitely an entertaining show, but I feel like it sort of petered out there.
Yeah. It was like the Grimm's fairy tales, like the dark Grimm's fairy tales creatures, like living a normal life
Okay.
and turning into werewolves and whatnot. So yeah. So,
I
what
think
was-
one of my favorite native-based cryptids has to be the Pukwudgie.
Okay.
It's sort of a porcupine person that favors the short bow and has trickster illusion magic.
that sounds interesting. What does it use it for?
Can appear and disappear at will. Were once friendly to humans before humans decided to be assholes about it. Which checks out, honestly.
Yeah. Hate to say it.
They are known to kidnap people, push them off cliffs, attack their victims with short knives and spears, and use sand to blind people if they're surprised.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's fair.
All
All that's very fair, considering what I'm assuming we did to them.
All right. So I got a question for you two, actually.
All
If
right.
you can go anywhere to do any kind of investigation, what would it be?
Ooh.
Oh, totally be Alaska. I want to do the Bigfoot thing in Alaska. You know, I
Good
told
old-
those two guys about that. I told them I wanted to do it, but
Japan.
Japan, huh?
Japan, yes, the Forest of the Dead.
Okay. That'd be interesting. I've seen quite a few videos on that and
yeah.
wouldn't mind checking that out. You know, me, I'd say in the US, there's a lot of different of the darker places here that I'd like to check out. You know, go lock me in a cell somewhere for 24 hours and in the dark and let's see who wants to come play.
You know what? I will set up the cameras for that, and I will be in a trailer nearby.
Monitoring.
But
Yeah.
you know, in terms of the question in general,
Oh my God.
If it's something I don't need a passport to visit, you know, I can do that now.
Yeah.
But if it's where would I most like to go investigate, probably the Forest of the Dead.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out. I really would. Again, Alaska, Nancy Nook up there. I'd love to go check out, see what they're all about up there. See if it's the same as what we believe down here, and
Yeah.
go from there.
I would like to check out probably the UK. There's so much paranormal activity in the UK.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, yeah.
natural to them.
Yeah.
Especially in any of the castles you can get to.
What about
Oh,
the
I want to go
pubs?
to every castle, like
Pubs.
all of them.
Well, the pubs are fine if you want to get to know drunk ghosts.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't judge.
Right?
So Law put up here that Alaska, there's a cruise in September, a Bigfoot cruise.
Really?
Yeah, we might be wanting more information about that.
Right? Hey, put us on the cruise. We'll be the entertainment.
Yeah, there we go. I can MC anything. All
Right.
So
Hey, I'm a people person. I can talk.
yeah, I have a feeling this crowd is like, this is a dangerous threesome we got going on here. That could be.
What?
Robin says yes, every castle. That's
Yes.
I want to see all of them.
I think castles are just so beautiful, and just to go over there and to feel the energy that's there, that is left in that stone, I think it would be an amazing experience. Even if I didn't catch anything, just to be able to do it and feel it, that'd be
feel
awesome.
That energy. Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, that is definitely on my bucket list. All of them. Ireland, England,
right?
Scotland, and Wales. All of them. I want to go to every castle. So yeah, I might need more than a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a 1 to 2 month trip.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that.
I'll do it.
Chillingham?
Castle Chillingham sounds like an awesome hangout spot. I am down. That sounds
You might
chill.
want to look that up, Mr.
I can chill anywhere.
All right, I'm looking up Castle Chillingham.
All right, he's looking it up. Logan is our research guy.
All right, tell me about it, Logan.
Chillingham Castle is a medieval castle in the village of Chillingham in the northern part of Northumberland, England. It was the seat of the Grey and Bennet families in the 15th century until the 1980s, when it became the home of Sir Edward Humphrey Tyrrell Wakefield. That is quite a name. Who is married to a member of the original Grey family. A large enclosed park in the castle grounds is home to the Chillingham Castle, a rare breed consisting of about 130 head of white cattle. Not normally associating castles with cattle, but okay.
Gotta eat.
That's very true. It looks like a huge self-contained ranch castle.
Okay.
Which, honestly, yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah, it does.
I'm down.
All right.
Massive fountain garden and everything.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Lock it up, Lizzie Bennett. Anyone know anything about Lizzie Bennett?
No, Lizzie Borden.
I know Lizzie Borden too, but not Lizzie Bennett.
Oh, William Wallace also stayed at this castle.
Okay.
Oh. It's supposedly the most haunted castle.
Really? And it's not the castle that Henry VIII occupied? I find that hard to believe.
Right?
I don't know. I live in a haunted townhouse, so what do I know?
I mean, true, but a monarch didn't, decapitate 2 of his wives in the yard.
Right.
That's true. Lizzie Bennett, she said Pride and Prejudice, so I assume that's a character. So Castle Chillingham is supposed to be one of the most haunted castles.
Huh. I mean, it looks like a well-made building. I will say that. Like, I would not be ashamed to stay a night in that.
Buildings that have been standing for hundreds of years, yeah, they're pretty well-made buildings.
Right?
I'm just saying. Yeah.
We
find a house around here that's 100 years old, and we're like, wow, that's an old house. No.
Yeah,
I have a stone house, so that's going to last, pretty much forever.
Right. One of the houses I lived in Janesville, Wisconsin, was so old that the supports in the basement still had bark on them.
Nice.
Which is not a joke or exaggeration. They were old growth timbers that had not been stripped, and they were just cut into shape.
Very nice.
Wow. So, any last words of wisdom from Rez on paranormal investigating?
Just don't jump out there and do it. Get with the team. Get with people that know what's going on. Go in safe, clear-headed. don't go in there with expectations, and definitely don't taunt them or provoke them, guys. They're human beings just like us. You know, you come into someone's work, you taunt and provoke them, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You know, be cool with them.
I am right there with you. That provoking thing just drives me bonkers. I just want to climb through the TV and smack those people. Like, seriously, stop doing that.
Yeah,
there's a time and
last
place.
Week's episode is not what you're supposed to do when you're actually ghost hunting. I was doing that for comedic effect.
Yes.
That's it.
Do not. Yeah. If you watched the game last week, don't apparently behave that way. I still have not worked up to watching it.
I started it, but I was at work, so I ended up having to shut her off. You know, I haven't gone back yet.
That
well,
is
it's
fair.
not like you have anything to do. I mean, you know, work full time, do caps full time, you know, got a family. It's not like you have anything going on.
Nah, you know, I just lay around all day long, you know.
Yeah, do nothing.
Yeah, living the dream.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Yeah. Ask my kids like how much I work. Like, Mom, are you ever available?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, and I would agree with that. And a couple of other things, just practical things. Like, you know, wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah. No flip-flops.
That are not no flip-flop, non-reflective.
If I see you wearing Crocs, I'm gonna send you home.
Just wait till we do an investigation together, buddy. I'll bring my Crocs just to get to you.
Oh, lovely.
I wear I actually wear boots on all my investigations.
We're gonna have to have this back again.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Yeah, me too. Hiking boots. Hiking boots for sure. Yeah, and just, you know, just be careful. Don't scream all the time. If you're a screamer, don't go on an investigation. Because you're going to mess up everything for everybody else. Yeah, don't do that.
Also, you're probably more likely to scare one of your other investigators by screaming.
Yeah, and if something happens, don't take off running. No. If you're that scared, slowly exit stage right.
Yeah.
I will say, don't take off running unless I already have you in camera, in which case try to aim for a wall.
Right?
There you go.
Because at least then we can send it to America's Funniest Home Videos or something.
Yeah, we'll make some money off it somehow.
We got to fund the
army
group
or
somehow.
something.
God, I hope Damon never watches this show. You won't get in.
Everyone knows I'm messing around right now.
Oh, they do. They do. And I just have to say one more thing. I know we're a little bit over. Sorry, Mike. That will
also stop the screaming. Yes, it will, Nikki. You see, you get it.
Wow, yeah. Anyway, I know that we're over time, and Mike, thank you for your patience because we usually run overtime on this show, and watch the others. Someone could be in trouble. If so, get them out. Yeah, that's another good point.
Yes.
When you're on a paranormal investigation, first of all, like Rez said, go with a team, but remember you're part of a team. Watch out for your teammates.
Yep.
You know, I mean, anything can happen. It's usually at night in the dark. People can trip over stuff they can't even see.
Right.
You know, you have to be careful. And you have to watch out for your team. So it's a good thing to remember that. Mike says we're fine. All right.
Cool.
So, yeah. I
got time. You got time. Keep the laughs rolling.
Apparently Mike has time too. Yeah. I know that sometimes, like I have seen paranormal investigations or been on paranormal investigations where people just kind of had meltdowns, you know? And so, you know, if you're in charge of a team, you really got to be careful about who's on your team and making sure that they're okay before they ever go out on an investigation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I know your team has great leadership. So, you know,
phenomenal.
Yeah, mine does too. Great leadership with the team that I'm on too, and they're very careful about those things. But it's really no joke. I mean, like literally, you're out there in the dark, you can get hurt.
Yeah.
You can physically get hurt. And well, that's a question I was going to ask you. Has a spirit ever physically hurt you?
Nope.
Has a spirit? No.
Nope. I'm waiting for that holy crap moment when one either does something that blows my mind or actually does physical harm.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you're doing this long enough, something's going to happen.
Right.
So I'm waiting for that moment, and I'll tackle it when it comes. Because believe me, we're gonna go to war when that happens.
Yeah. We just had a discussion about that recently, you and me. I can't talk about it on the air because it was with a client. But,
Right.
I did have one of those moments actually where a spirit attacked me, and it was at the Starvation Heights Sanatorium in Washington, and the serial killer attacked me actually.
Okay.
And apparently I pissed her off. So she attacked me and made me very, very sick. Actually, I had a sinus infection that went systemic, and anybody who knows anything about medical anything knows sinus infections don't do that.
Right.
But it did. It did. I was down for months after that investigation. Like she went after me. I felt her like go into my face. And so, yeah, that was interesting. And it was a female serial killer, which makes it, I think, even more interesting because being a doctor, she went after something medical.
Yeah.
It's a good thing she didn't scam me real well because there could have been much worse than a sinus infection, She could have gone after my lungs, but she didn't. So
you got lucky.
I did. I got lucky.
Let me ask you this. Did you learn anything from that experience?
I did. I didn't mean to provoke her. It was completely accidental, but I sure did.
Yeah. So that happened for a reason. I look at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I learned something very valuable from that. Nikki knows who I'm talking about. She's like, she's evil. Yeah, she knows exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, that was my one run-in with a spirit that attacked me. That's the only time it's ever happened. But yeah, I learned a lot from that. Well, very much more careful after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be smart when you're out there, like you said.
Yeah.
Protect yourself, guard yourself.
It's
and
funny because I had done that. We had done that as a team. We had 5 psychics on that team.
Okay.
And we had done a protection circle. We had done protection around each of us individually. And yeah, it's still, yep. I don't know what it was, but I do know what it was. I was banging a drum. She didn't like it.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't
bringing
like
that medicine in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pissed her off right away, I bet.
Sure did. I wasn't the only one, though. All 5 of us were walking around with drums, but I was the one that got hit because I happened to run into her.
I at that one house in Germantown with the barn and the horses.
Yeah.
I was in the grain silo one night having a fire, and the fire went out much quicker than expected, and something like knocked into me, and like since then I couldn't find that lighter. I even went back the next morning, still could not find that lighter.
Yeah, that lighter was gone permanently. And
yeah, no.
Yeah, Mr. Clum did not like that you were lighting a fire in his silo. No. There was no roof on it, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also no more grain in it, but he didn't seem to care about that either.
It was his space, man. He wanted to call the rules. He calls the shots.
Yep. So learned your lesson there.
Oh, yes.
Yep. All right. Dangerous. Yeah. Well, it wasn't really dangerous to light a fire in there because it wasn't being used for anything. The top was completely gone. I mean,
right.
it
was an entirely dirt floor with a couple small trees growing up out of the silo.
Yeah.
It really cool hangout spot, honestly.
Yeah. It wasn't a fire hazard. Well, I think we should probably call an end to this. We've gone over almost 10 minutes now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you're having fun. Time flies.
Exactly.
true.
And I want to thank all of our people who've been in the chat and those who've been listening, who didn't join the chat. Thank you for listening. And I know that a lot of people do listen to the shows because I run into them all the time. Hey, you had a great show last week. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were listening. Thank you. I really want to thank the fans or the listeners, because without them, we have no reason to be here. So
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. Thank you,
Yes.
Rez, for being here.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And thank you all out there that are watching. Hey, more power to you.
Yeah. And we'll be having Rez on again because we can't let this much fun go by. So
absolutely.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah. We don't live that far apart. We could have coffee or something. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Logan, thank you. And thank you for the wonderful humor that you brought. And hopefully we won't get busted on this one for poor taste.
We'll squeak by.
Yeah.
It adds to the mystique of the show. It's fine.
Yeah, it does. I just want to pop this up quick before we go. Nice to meet you, Rez, by Robin.
Pleasure to meet you, Robin.
And Nikki, you guys are awesome. Definitely need Rez on again. Absolutely.
Thank you. I feel loved.
Soak up the love, man. Soak it up.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you next week. Next week is what day is next week? What's the date? Is that the 23rd?
I believe so.
I think so.
Okay. We have Archbishop Kenneth Torres on next week. He is an exorcist.
I'm tuning in.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, because that's going to be an interesting. I got to meet Ken in person when I was at the Dark Waters Paracon, and it was really cool to spend some time with. He is hands down the coolest priest I've ever met. Just putting it out there. So
we'll have to find more about that next week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun next week. Make sure you all tune in. All right. Thanks, Rez. Bye.
Thanks.
Mwah.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.